What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Book is entitled Lessons from a Non-Custodial Father at Amazon, Kindle, and CreateSpace. Link will be in the description box below. As usual, go get it. PayPal link there also. They asked me to put it up, so I'll put it up. Thank you, everybody, for supporting. This video, though, is entitled Reasons Why We Can't Build Together. We're talking about coming together and building. And building a community actually starts with building in the home. And just in my opinion, here are some of the hiccups. One, no plan. Some of us want to build together and we don't have a plan. Whatever it is to build, I want this, but I have no plan to get from point A to point B. So we can't come together and build anything because there's no plan to get anything built. There's no process to get from point A to point B. Problem number one. For us on the men, that's on us. Point two. Some people are scared to share their plan when they have it because they don't trust other people's intentions. So even if we got a plan, should I share my plan with you? You know, and people are looking for the right time to share the plan because I don't know if you're going to stick around or not in the first place. So why would I share my plan if I don't know if you really down? Also, some people want to know people's plan. What's your 5-year plan, your 10-year plan? That used to be a thing. So you can figure out an angle to benefit off of somebody else's plan. Because see, some people don't want to build, they want to benefit. And they say they want to build together. So that's another problem. You got to, decipher who's actually going to build and who's actually just going to benefit. But they're all going to say, we need to build, I wanted to build something together. They're both sides are going to say that same sentence. One of the other reasons is debt or the lying about your debt, the lying about your financial circumstance to the other person. So you can't build together if you get together because one person might drag the other person down. They may actually have a plan for building, that's a good plan, but somebody's lying about how bad of a debt that they're in before they go. Now you can work something out in debt, but if you're not honest about your financial situation and circumstance, and the other person finds out after the fact, they can't trust you. You're not trustworthy, so your plan isn't trustworthy, and building with you isn't trustworthy because you didn't actually you started out on a lie. Which leads me to another thing. One of the reasons why we can't build together is our own baggage. She got kids, he got child support. Both baggage. How we gonna build like that? I mean, just in a normal basis, because I'm 39, so most of the people I know in my age group got kids, and I got child support. So, she's receiving it, I'm spending it. Now, I'm a person I'm pretty strict about my budget, so that's a different thing. But at the same time, in a normal scenario, it's hard to build in that situation because she may be getting income while you're, giving out income. And when her income stops and your income increases, that might be a problem, right? Because of the intentions. This is why, sometimes when women are looking for men, actually how old their kids are, people are getting actually married in their late 30s, early 40s, so on and so forth, because after the kids are gone and no more child support. On both sides. That's the other thing. Some of us haven't actually, in our youth, we were unproductive. So how can we build together when we meet as grown people and we're unproductive as youths, now as younger adults, and now we want to build in our 30s, 40s, and sometimes even 50s? You didn't even go down the path? That's a problem. Now, I got to get into this part. Some of us are just flat out silly when it comes to the process. People want to build together, but they want to act as though they should show up and everything is built. Old couples been together for years and they got this, and that. Well, these old couples who have these big houses, when they were younger couples, they had a smaller house. They both pitched in. They probably had kids, right? They probably had equity in their home. Years later, they got a bigger house. Same scenario. Years later, they got a bigger house. That's the house that you see them in. The cars that you see them with. That was after all of those years. They started from a little house and got to a big house. You want to start from a big house, but you don't want to start at the little house. And we've all seen that in our own families. We've all got either our parents or our uncles, aunts, grandparents. We've been to multiple houses. I remember when I was a kid, y'all stayed such and such. I remember when I was this year, y'all was here. Now it's nice place you got here. I remember when you used to have that truck with no AC. Now you got Escalade. You got people forgetting all of that part of it because they just want it right now. So, one of the reasons why we can't build is because some of y'all don't want to go through the process. You're lazy. Just being honest about saying that. One of the other reasons is going back to the wanting to benefit and not actually build. Some of y'all are just impulsive. You want to get with another person to quote unquote build, but your impulsive habits and your impulsive spending and your emotional spending, you just want the built lifestyle, and you want to meet somebody who's able to, what O'Shea used to call it from the church, stand in the gap. You want to be with somebody that can stand in the gap so you can just do your thing. So you really don't want to build. You want to be out in public looking like you're building while you're pillaging everything before it gets built. We don't have nothing. That's because you used it all. We don't never grow. That's because you blow it before we get there. You know what I'm saying? We haven't built anything. Look in the closet. That's your empire. Look at all the pictures you took on Instagram. That's the empire you built. Look at all the max out credit cards. That's your empire. Yeah. See, we don't talk about that part of it, right? The reasons why we don't build together. And then let's not talk about the part of egos. I want the credit. I'm in this position, so I'm fight tooth and nail to stay in this position, even if it doesn't produce anything, or my ego tells me I don't have to build anything because it's who I am. Now, predominantly this building thing falls primarily on men first because we quote unquote the builders. But the sabotage part falls in the women's category because a lot of things that y'all want, you wanting to be like white folks sabotage it before it ever happens. So, this is my thoughts. Like, share, subscribe. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.